Hello, this is Anthony. Let's walk and talk. Today we're going to talk a little bit about change. Um, you know, there's been some change in my life. As you can see, I have changed my appearance quite a bit. Part of the reason for that is, for me, I've discovered that on this journey, the former version of me was not, did not like change. That being was very much liked, enjoyed, wanted status quo. But what I also understand is actually that is really the majority of people who walk the planet. And the reason for status quo isn't because you don't like new things. It is actually because status quo creates safety, and safety creates comfort. And since my awakening, I have very much embraced change up until a certain point. I when I walk about, traveled the world, a dozen countries in roughly 9 months, 8.5 months, and change was a constant. Change was daily. Change was all around me, and it was something that I got comfortable with and got used to. And in that, it was an amazing experience because it got to show me and help me to learn and overcome the challenges of things that were different. But I also noticed that when I returned, I've kind of gotten back into that status quo. But the status quo now has become uncomfortable. There's something that's comfortable about having a place that's yours to go to, and then there's something that's uncomfortable about it at the same time. So really, how you view change in life is kind of up to you. I think that even nowadays people recognize that even in our desire for comfort, it actually is also taken something from us. It's taken that ability and that desire to explore. It's taken away that ability and desire to accept, flow, would you, with life. Because it's almost like that transition from hunter-gatherer to farmer, where as a hunter-gatherer you were required almost to connect and trust in the universe and creator. And when we moved more to a agricultural society, we took away some of that desire or need to trust, because we just started to control the environment around us. And I mean, I wouldn't say that's necessarily a bad thing, but what I would say is that one of the things it creates is it creates more of a disconnection from the universe, from nature, from all that is around us. We become a species who doesn't remember that we are part of nature and feel like we are the masters of nature. And the problem is we are unwilling to look at the fact that fear of change, that desire for status quo, has made us believe that we are somehow above all things and not part of. And anytime we try to control nature and control the earth, it never seems to work out for our species. It's almost like something greater out there kind of kicking you in the pants and saying, this is something that's not for you to rule over. So, I think that even now, as we move through life, we look at status quo and we sometimes yearn for change, but it's so scary, it's so hard. I've talked with many people even about, subconscious, about healing traumas. We talk about that a lot on this channel. I've talked about the value in healing and all the beautiful things that it can bring, yet that desire for status quo, that desire to keep wearing that mask, that desire to not change and and be who you were yesterday and the day before that and the day before that, to carry around something that truthfully was meant to be a lesson to help you grow and not meant to keep you stuck. The fear of letting that go is something that I think creates more barriers, issues, and problems than it does safety and health. And that's something that I think it's more important for people to recognize. How much are you really gaining by not healing and changing? How much are you really gaining with status quo? I know for a fact people out there that are missing out on a lot of very amazing things in their life because they choose not to heal what continues to keep them in a repeating cycle. I think that can be a sad thing. But as I speak about change is getting ready to happen. So in the upcoming weeks and months, you will see some things that are changing in my life. They won't be changing my message, but they will be changing in my life. And for that, I feel blessed. But what say you? How do you feel about change? Why do you think change could be so difficult? I know for me, it's something now that I embrace more, has become more comfortable for me. But how about yourself? By the way, if you enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe. I am grateful. Until I talk to you again, peace, love, light. Have the most amazing day.